Hello, party people. Welcome to a special episode of Oak Performance Radio, where myself and Coach Kyle dive in to the high performance nutrition seminar with VC United. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oak Performance Radio. I'm your host, Adam Lane. If you're new to the show, our goal here is to create some content, some fantastic content for athletes, parents, and coaches. We tell stories, have laughs, and go into everything that is the end game of athletic performance, helping athletes achieve their optimal performance and be the best they can possibly be. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. I'm your host, Adam Lane. With me today, Coach Kyle and the VC United Elite group. And our live studio audience. Okay, friends, Romans, countrymen, we've done this presentation. It's similar. We've changed some things. I want to run through some things, and then I want to get your questions. Here's why we're doing this, okay? Nutrition for you, okay? Health for you is different than this of your mom, okay? This is not your mom's nutrition. So there's similarities, but it is different, okay? If your mother is in her mid-40s and she wants to lose 10 pounds, it's a different conversation, okay, than elite athletes trying to do what they do, okay? The goal here is to be very practical. So you go home today, you can go home tonight and start to implement things. Not like, oh, I'll plan it for the summer. I'll do it next club season. No, like right now. Okay. Obviously, we're recording this. Podcast will be available. Please have your folks listen to it. Also on the YouTube, not to brag, we're up to 1,013 subscribers. Hey. Okay. Also, Cal and myself, Katie, Matt, if you guys have questions on food or nutrition or stuff like that, guys, it is so confusing. And we're not food experts with this, but we've done some things. I'm precision nutrition certified from years ago. There's a lot going on, and it's very confusing for a lot of people, not just when you're a teenager. So here's the biggest thing. I am convinced, 1,000% convinced that we are leaving performance on the table, and that's why we're doing this right now. What I mean by that is that you could be here, but you're here because we're missing pieces of this nutrition, rest, and recovery. So you could be here, but we're here. Your life, I'd want you to be here. I want my kids to be here. Okay. I'm not saying, they have my genetics, so they're kind of genetic trash cans at this point, but like, I want them to do the best that they possibly can and get the most out of the sport or whatever sport as they possibly can. Big rocks. So here are the things we're going to run through. Okay. We're going to talk protein. We're going to talk veggies, fruits, and then we're going to talk about de-stressing, resting, relaxing, and sleep. Okay. And we're going to talk about these things in the reverse order than what they're listed up here. This is my favorite diagram in the whole thing. You've seen this before. This little Goldilocks principle. Okay. Woo, we like the green. Okay. The red is we beat the tar out of you and you can't recover to get back up to baseline.
This is, if you've ever had a weekend tournament and couldn't do anything for 3 or 4 days, that's what that red line is.
Yes.
Everybody can relate to that one.
Yes. You have a hard week of studying, blah, blah, blah. You don't eat breakfast. You don't eat lunch. You don't eat breakfast. You don't eat lunch.
Don't drink water.
You don't drink water. Where's Lily?
Right in front.
Oh, there we go. Good. I know I'm looking basically right at the camera, Lily. There you go. This is as opposed to also the yellow line is not enough stimulus. Okay. We're not working hard enough. So again, Goldilocks, not too hot, not too cold, just right. Okay. We're looking for, guys, I'm convinced. I don't know about you. My guess is I think too many of you run in the red too often. And sometimes you have to. Like it's a 3-day tournament. You have to, lace up the shoes hard on day 3. There's no option. Okay. You got to get after it. However, that should not be 7 months of club season. If you're dying for 7 months of club season, you're probably not getting better. Okay. Sleep. This is not popular. I'm sorry. Okay, but there's very solid research out there saying that if you have poor sleep habits, greater risk for depression. Everybody talks mental health. Okay. Slower reaction times, not something that you want in volleyball. Reduced strength, reduced cognition, impaired decision-making, weakened immune system, increased risk of injury. Athletes who sleep fewer than 7 hours are 170% more likely to sustain an injury. Guys, not my science.
Adam, I feel like I hear these complaints about every day.
Yes. Well, yeah. And how funny is it with like, again, everybody says mental health all the time. It just comes out. Mental health. It's a deal. I am guilty of this literally last night. Raise your hand if you could have gone to bed earlier, but you were on your phone longer than you should have last night and you missed sleep. I did. I missed 30 minutes of sleep. Mm-hmm. Stop it right now. More than that. Raise your hand if you missed sleep last night. Raise it high. Thank you.
80%?
Thank you. Yeah. Solid. Here we go. Here, back to the podcast. We're running here. Here, friends. Here's how stupid I am. I'm giving this presentation right now. I was in bed, or I had a wrestling coaches meeting last night. Not exciting. That's why I wasn't here. Adam, you're an amazing wrestling coach. No, I'm just whatever, part of the program, and my kids are in it when we hang out. I was in bed, not to brag, but 9 o'clock. Okay. 9 o'clock. No, it wasn't. Sorry, 9:30. 9:30. My fault.
They don't get out of here till after 9.
No, I know. It's the thing. I know you're jealous. My fault. I'm not trying to brag. Guys, here's what I did. I jumped on Instagram to see how the video that we posted last night of the time lapse that our media guy did, that Jim did. I wanted to see how it was doing. I want to see if it got posted. I was curious if Ainsley had collaborated on it. So VC people, and said, 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Because I got lost. I got doom scrolling, and next thing you know, I'm looking at deer hunting videos, and I could have gotten 30 minutes more sleep, and I needed it too. I woke up this morning and go, oh, gosh, because the family gets up early. You guys get up early. Okay. I don't know if you've done that. I literally did it last night, and 80% of you did it last night. So it's a deal, friends. Sleep more than you think.
Sleep's more important than training. I would not disagree with that.
Yeah. This is one slide, and this is going to be quick. Guys, hydration's a big deal. Okay. We need to drink water. Electrolytes. I don't care. Powerade, Gatorade. I'm not a huge fan of the big sugary things. That's why I like the Element stuff. That's why I like, the Jocko, whatever hydrate that we sell, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to peddle the goods, but we need some hydration. Okay. If your pee looks like this, we're in trouble. No, that's weird, but it is. We like this. This is in my mind, this is kind of common sense, but just a way to check yourself.
Yeah. Do you guys know how many ounces of water you're supposed to have a day? 64. Oh my God. It's your body weight divided by 2 plus 15 ounces plus 15 ounces for every hour worked out. So everybody in here should be over 100. Does anybody know how many ounces are in their Stanley Cup?
64. Is it really 64?
No, I think it's 40.
It's a massive Stanley Cup.
I think it's 40. So if you do the math, that'd be about 3 full ones a day. And you guys, listen, hold on. So you guys play volleyball 4 or 5 times a week and work out 3 times a week. And most of you don't have hydration packets. I work out maybe 2 or 3 times a week, play volleyball once, and I have a hydration packet every day. That's how important it is. And you guys are just leaving it on the table.
Yeah. It's amazing if you hydrate well, how much better you feel. You could overhydrate.
It's a small problem.
If you're like that 24/7, 365, yes, that would be an issue. If you work out really hard, you're drinking a lot.
That'd be hard to achieve.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Let's just shoot for 2. How about that? Are you good with that? Okay. Yes. No. So that's what Kyle said.
Yeah. So it's full body weight divided by 2, and then plus 15, and then plus 15 for each hour worked out.
Yeah. So if you're not working out, you could drink less. If you are working out, we need you to drink more. Questions? Guys, here's a big deal. Big deal. Protein goals. Protein's a big thing. We lift weights, muscle, recovery, blah, 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 blah. Guys, this is not my research. I didn't say this. I didn't invent this. This is every nutritionist, every sports nutritionist. You go to college, play volleyball, they will tell you this. This will not be new. No. Oh, I've never heard this before. No, this is standard. We need about 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per body weight, per pound of body weight. So some math here. If you weigh 150 pounds, we need somewhere between 150 grams down to possibly 120. Okay. Raise your hand if you think you get 120 grams of protein in the day. Okay. Up top, Kyle. There we go. Yeah. Well done. Okay. So, friends, this is not easy.
No.
That is a lot of protein at every meal and snacks. It's a lot. Adam, how could I achieve such a thing? Are you familiar with this thing called ChatGPT? Guys, I literally typed in
They're very familiar with it, Adam.
write a nutrition plan for a 17-year-old female volleyball athlete that is in the middle of her club volleyball season. Aim for balanced meals and 120 grams of protein a day. This is phenomenal. This is really, really good. Okay.
No, it is.
Oh, Adam, I'm lactose intolerant. Just tell it. No dairy, please. And it will take out the yogurt. Like, this is so solid. I can't even tell you. Okay. Like, it's really, 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 really good. And there's 2 pages. Snacks, pre-snack, da-da. Like, it's really, really good. Hey, there's your water with an electrolyte packet.
There you go.
Okay.
No questions.
Guys, there's so many different directions you can steer this. Okay. This is where Chappy, guys, I don't think I would pass. I don't think I'd pass an English class with ChatGPT. I mean, I don't know how I would not use that at this point in my life. I would whatever, cheat the whole thing. Anywho, it's terrible, Lily. I don't know how you do it. Actually write your own thoughts. It's amazing. Anywho, guys, this is incredible and simple. And simple. Find it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Find what works. This is going to be super quick. There's a lot of slides, but very quick. Just talk about food quality and for a second. And these were similar to last year. Guys, if we're talking like spectrum of food, there's no bad food. That doesn't exist. But we are going to classify foods as like, hey, green food's good. Yellow foods, red foods, probably the least good. Okay. And it's based on like how processed they are. Apples, things that you can hunt, gather, or grow. You're walking down the street, you grab an apple off an apple tree, eat it, great. You're good to go. Okay. If you have applesauce, that means they took off the peel, smashed it up a little bit, added some sugar. It's not bad.
Slightly processed.
Just slightly processed. We took out some of the fiber with the peel. Okay. And then if you squeeze it and add the sugar, okay, now we're losing even more.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. Apple juice is not bad.
Highly processed food.
It's just more processed. So we obviously want you more on the green than the red. Is the red terrible? No. Lily, have a Pop-Tart. That's okay. Do we want you to eat Pop-Tarts every single day? Probably not. No. Probably not. Probably not part of the food group. Anywho, this will be fast. Guys, here are green foods. We hope you enjoy it. They're just real foods. Again, stuff that you can hunt, gather, or grow. Okay, berries and fruits and vegetables and Okay, yellow foods. Okay, little processed. Little processed. We don't have to dive down. It's just and then red foods. Less good. Who doesn't love fried meats? Hi, Trix. Were they on here? Trixie, I'm not seeing a banana. Okay, listeners, if you're just listening to this podcast, Trixie is trying to point to the banana that doesn't exist in the PowerPoint. Trixie, I don't know what you're seeing there. I don't see banana. No, I would, Trixie, just to bananas are good. You go green. Yes. You're good. Last thing really quick before we jump into the last little push here. Guys, we encourage you eat the rainbow of all the different colors of fruits and vegetables and whatnot. Okay. We work with too many adults, friends, that like I've had grown adults tell me that I don't like vegetables. You're 45 years old. You can't not like a food group at this point in your life. Okay. You're past that. Okay. My youngest is 10. He complains about some things. We say, shut up and eat the food. And typically he does. Okay. Adam, it's harsh. Whatever. It's food. Nobody ever died from broccoli. I don't think. Maybe, but probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. Oh, last thing here. Last little push. The next 5 slides are all from Sam Matzel's presentation last year. I changed nothing. Why? Because I want you to see what a 18-year-old girl put together last year. Sam was able to do this. She was able to execute this, okay, in high school. This isn't me. This wasn't Kyle.
Nope.
This was Sam. She put this together. She was great with it. She was pretty consistent with it. She had to work a little bit. Again, 16s and under, I don't know. Maybe you can do this. Maybe you can't. 17s, 18s, the ball's more in your court. Okay. Breakfast. Again, these are her words. Just have something. Just have something. Don't care. Don't care. Well, all the options. Have a smoothie. Chia pudding with fruit. You take chia seeds, you put them in milk. You put it in the refrigerator. Overnight, the chia seeds absorb the water. They kind of balloon up. They're fantastic. Thank you, Molly. Cut up a banana, a good green banana, Trixie, a good green banana. And we're good to go. Well, sorry, green in the food group, not green in the... Yes.
Yellow banana. The color foods are bad. Yellow color foods are bad.
That's okay.
That I was obviously not clear with the categorizing. We should number the foods next year. 1, 2, 3, not red, yellow, green. Way too confusing. Friends, smoothies. Raise your hand if you've ever had a smoothie. Look at that. Guys, it takes seconds. Whatever. Milk, fruit. I would probably recommend a scoop of protein powder. Take it out the door. Now you don't have to stop at blankety blank place on the way to school. You save yourself $8.
Yep.
And you have breakfast. Just eat something. With these little egg bites. She likes these epic bagels. Epic bagels are bagels that have whatever extra protein. I don't know how, Kyle. I don't know if you do.
I don't.
Something magical. Anyway, these are more processed. This is probably a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
But just eat something. They're better than nothing. Again, these are Sam's. This is Sam's stuff. Lunch, dinner. She likes the wraps. Salads, rice bowls, things. I don't know. Guys, just blend food together.
Guys, does anybody know what the 9 essential amino acids are? Anybody? In that sound?
Delali does. Her hand was going up fast.
So guys, you got to understand, especially for the protein part, protein has 9 essential amino acids that your body does not produce that you need to just function throughout your day. So if you ever wonder why you're feeling kind of weird, protein has everything that you need in it.
Yeah.
I cannot name them all for you. I can tell you there's 9 of them, and if you're not eating protein, you're not getting them.
Snacks. Sam loves snacking. Again, this is all her. Greek yogurt, meat stick, fruit, string cheese. She made this thing. I don't remember this last year. She takes Greek yogurt and adds a ranch seasoning packet. Mix it up. It tastes like ranch. I have tricked my children into it. They don't know the difference. They're boys. They're not very bright, but they we've tricked them. Okay. Greek yogurt, peanut butter. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Protein bars. Guys, going back to that, the ChatGPT thing, if you're going to get the protein that you need because you're an athlete, hang with me here, friends. Because you're an athlete, you might have to supplement with some type of drink or shake or bar. These are all good options. There are more good options too. If you have questions, let me know. We sell stuff, not to sell stuff, because I make zero money off supplements. I just want you to know. I probably you lose money because I eat it myself. Okay, and my kids eat it the same, and we literally lose money. The reason we have it is because if we have athletes leading the gym and they are starving and they are hungry, I'd want them to get something healthy versus go to the gas station and buy something that's crappy and also overpriced. Okay. Again, all good options, friends. All good options. Okay.
Good old Bree.
Oh, Bree. Again, this is Sam. Sam wrote this. This is her slide. Stay hydrated. That's about the amount of water you need in the day. Mm-hmm. How big? 40 ounces? We think a Stanley is?
I think it's 40.
Yeah. 4 of those suckers. There you go. Like on a practice day. Not a practice day, you drink less. Okay. Sleep just so you don't look like that. I miss Bree. Okay. Sam's words. Sam again from the book of Sam. Mm-hmm. Where do I start? Start small. Do one thing. Eat breakfast tomorrow. Have a snack tonight. I don't know, something. Start by prepping healthy snacks to reach throughout the week. There was for breakfast, guys, I don't know if you saw it, there were egg bites. Okay, you use little cupcake containers. Raise your hand if you have cupcake containers at home. You put an egg per container, whatever, grease the pan first. Egg per container, add whatever you want into it, salt it, vegetables, into the oven for X amount of minutes. I don't know how many. Google it, ChatGPT it. Okay. Now all of a sudden you have 12 or 24 egg bites. We do 24, and we have these little egg bites throughout the week. So then when we're rushing out the door, my kids grab 2 or 3 of them, and we eat them on the way to school. Because we're in a rush in the morning. I'm not sure if you're ever in a rush in the morning, but they're in the rush in the morning. Start with 1 meal a week. Grab and go. Swap out some red meals for some yellow meals. Trixie, I'm sorry that's confusing. So number 3s for 2s in this metaphor here. But try something that's a little less processed. Don't do Pop-Tarts every day. Okay. And the last thing, guys, just set small goals. Find one thing and just do it consistently. Like if everybody ate breakfast every day for the next week, I think you would feel you would feel a difference on the court. I will just say that now. I think you'll feel a difference on the court. You will feel better. You will have more energy. Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever gotten very tired at practice. Guys, in playing athletics for years.
Oh, everyone. Yeah.
I never practiced till 9 o'clock at night. I never did it. You guys do it multiple days a week. But this was like before the club time and stuff like that. Football practice was done by 5 or 6. Baseball practice was done when the sun went down. Like we couldn't go any later. Okay. Basketball, I don't know. We shared gym space and we were fine. I'm amazed with how late you guys practice. Like it's hard. I totally get it. I 1000% get it. Okay. Again, Sam's words, don't be too hard on yourself. There is this deal of balance. Okay. Little 80-20 rule here. I think that's perfect. I think that's a fantastic picture to summarize what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, these are way more acceptable on tournament day, guys.
Yeah.
Tournament days, you actually, I would argue personally, need a little junk on those days just because you're burning so many calories.
Yeah. Guys, I raced triathlon years ago against a guy. He would, his pre-race meal, and this is more like sprint triathlon stuff. So like we'd be racing for like an hour. He drank a Coke and ate a Hershey's bar. And he was good. Adam, did you beat him? I did. But he was still very good. Let's be clear. I think he beat me in the first couple, but then I improved and got better. Anyway, if I can give you a recommendation, Kelsey Poulter is a friend of a friend. She's friends with Darren Hansen. I'm part of the same coaching collective that Darren's a part of. I don't know Kelsey. We don't hang out. There are not many people like where I go to their whatever. I listen to their information. I literally agree with everything this girl says. Like she hits the nail on the head. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. That can be, I might think of something, but she's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. Kyle follows her too. Yep. She's great. She played Division II basketball. She's now, I don't know, later 20s, something like that. Every reel, like you could just slide through her reels and it's just like quality information after quality information after quality information. She'll talk about game day. She'll talk about breakfast. She whatever. She even had one like comparing different electrolyte drinks between Gatorade and Armor. What's the Armor one?
Body Armor.
Powerade. Mm-hmm. And like she looked at the macros and the sugar and the ingredients and just kind of compared them. Hey, which one's the best? She is a great follow. Highly recommend it. I think she's fantastic. Adam, but your Instagram is so amazing. Yes, us too. She might be a little bit more directed towards you guys in the nutrition and the sleep and the rest and recovery and stuff. She also works with some pretty high level athletes that are doing some really good things. Okay. Specifically on the nutrition side. Friends, what questions do you have?
There's got to be one.
Raise your hand if you think if you do a pretty decent job with your nutrition piece. Raise your hand if there's room for improvement within the nutrition piece. Oh, that's a lot of hands. That makes me feel better. Raise your hand if you think you do pretty well within the sleep piece. I've noticed that Lily's hand didn't go up. Raise your hand if you think your sleep could get better. Oh, look at that. Okay. Raise your hand if you think you're pretty decent at handling stress. Raise your hand if you think you could improve in handling stress. Okay. So friends, in all this, our plea here for you is not that you have to go out and do all this stuff right away. Hang with me here, friends. You don't have to go out and do all this stuff right away. Okay. But if there's something, we all have something, guys. There's something that we can all improve on in some way, shape, or form. Side note, I didn't mean to do this, but I thought it was very interesting when, hey, it's sleep and you're like, I can work on it, blah, 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 blah. And then I brought up the stress thing and all your hands went up. How closely tied sleep is to, again, the whole mental health thing. And I would say the stress thing too. And I think if you struggle with stress, how important that sleep piece is for you. Mm-hmm. Like it's a big deal. We just have to be smart.
No, if you guys take anything away from this, it should be sleep, hydration, and when in doubt, just eat more. Those would be the three things that I would take away from that.
Questions, friends. This is too short. We need questions. This is why I talked 1,000 miles a minute and Kyle the same to get this to this point. What questions do you have? Yes, Trixie, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah. Do you? Yeah. So here's the predicament I think a lot of you guys are in. It is because you do travel. How long does it take to get here? Yeah. So a lot of you raise your hand if you travel an hour or more to get here. Okay. That's a lot of hands in the air. Okay. So in order, like, and you don't carpool, right? Do you have a carpool? Oh, you do. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's a lot. But it is what it is. Like you, and this is the way club's been running forever. I don't think there's a time where you're going to have 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock practice and you'll be on the road and home by 7 and in bed by 7:30. So a lot of it is the best you can. Are you? So I would say, hey, if we're going through all this stuff, are we eating breakfast? Okay. What was breakfast this morning?
That's still, you said anything.
I
That's
did.
better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
What's an Alani? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. That helped me. Okay. A lot? What's your, we don't want you to do that. It's bad. What in the way of sleep, again, I know you travel. I totally get it. When's bedtime typically for you?
She's right.
How often do you wash your hair? Okay. You don't wash your hair every...
Girls don't do that, Adam.
I'm sorry for being so ignorant here, guys. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Okay. And then you wake up, what time for school? Okay. So you're sleeping from 9:30 to 6:30 on Wednesday, Friday. Do you sleep in on the weekends? Do you? Okay. So, and you have the energy to get up early. Good. Good. So then on a volleyball night where you travel, what time will you go to bed tonight? Say you're washing your hair. Yes. Okay. And wake up at 6:30. So about 7.5 hours of sleep. So a little lower on those days, which totally makes sense. So I don't think that's terrible. But no, I get, because you, yes. And you live down the street, Marge. I mean,
It's okay to be tired.
yeah. I mean, so one, I would try more food, and two, it could be just your, yeah. I mean, I guess I'd be curious, like in like what your, I mean, the Casey's bacon sandwich is not the best thing, but it's not a terrible thing. It's something. Sorry, sausage, my fault. Did we have lunch? What was lunch? Hey, hang with me. School lunch. Who doesn't love a good school lunch? Okay, well, I would assume so. Any snacks in here? Okay, smart move. But after school, gotcha. You eat what? What'd you eat today? Yes. Cool. Amazing. Yeah. So like an early dinner, if you will. How late is Chick-fil-A open? Oh, okay.
We got yesterday night sandwich, extra Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah. So just guessing, I don't know if you have a better guess here. I would say probably just a little bit more food, a little bit more protein, and see how you feel. Like you're working out at school. You're working out here. You play 2 hours of volleyball multiple times a week.
So to answer your question, I don't think there's a way around the tiredness, but you are a decent athlete and you haven't been severely injured yet, which is a great sign.
Okay. It's not a bad idea. Yes. Trixie, you said something that jarred my mind, and now I can't think of where I was going to go with it. Hi, Lily. Great question.
That's a good question.
Opinion on energy drinks. Raise your hand if you've had an energy drink today.
Oh my God.
Okay, time out. Let's do this a better way. Raise your hand if you have not had an energy drink today.
It's not 50-50.
Okay, that's not crazy. Okay, do you have an opinion on this?
I wouldn't have it late.
Okay.
That would be my suggestion.
Here we go. Friends, hang with me here. So, energy drink wise, obviously it's processed. There's stuff in there that's probably not the best in the world. If it affects your sleep, that's a bad deal. So you don't want to, if it doesn't affect your sleep, you're good.
How many energy drinks and how many milligrams?
Okay, gotcha. So if it affects your sleep, bad idea. If you get jittery to the point where, like, raise your hand if you've ever had too much caffeine. Raise your hand if you felt terrible when you had too much caffeine. Yes. Lily, do you know how much you're having in a day? Hang with me here. Hang with me. Now, everybody's telling caffeine stories. How much is in a bubbler? I think it's hilarious you guys know that so quickly. Okay, gotcha. Round to 70. Keep going. How much in Alani? You'll have one a day? Gotcha. So one Alani every few days. A bubbler every day. I think there are much worse things than a bubbler every day.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think you're okay there.
I think everybody should stay under 300 milligrams of caffeine. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah. So some people metabolize it really quickly, and like caffeine doesn't bother me a whole lot. Like, yeah. Oh, you're just sipping on it. Yeah. Yeah. Here, I'm coming here. Then I'm coming back. Yes, Lily, this is gonna be exciting.
Okay, what's your opinion on like working out, like just out, like okay, so like obviously we work out like for 3 hours here for 3 times a week, but what like on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays?
Yes, great question. Working out outside of here. Okay, I would reference this to our graph. Okay. Guys, if we're here and we're feeling amazing and we go again, we train again. Fantastic. If you are dead on a Wednesday and you don't feel good and you don't have energy, quick story. And I'll get I just did a podcast with a guy by the name of Brian Buck. Brian did our Sparta install years ago. Brian is currently working with Myles Garrett. Raise your hand if you know who Myles Garrett is. Football player. Nobody knows who Myles Garrett is? Seriously? Raise your hand if you know who Myles Garrett is. We're going to do this one more time. 4 of you. He's probably the best defensive football player in the NFL right now. Yeah. Anyway, he's a freak of a man. He's 6'5", 270, fast, quick, athletic. Just signed a contract for $140 million or something. Too. He can ball too. Yeah. So wait, you asked the question. Here's what Brian does. He gets them on the force plates, same force plates, and see how he scans out. So he just works one-on-one. So like he could do this every single day. So he scans out. If he scans poorly, they're not going to kill him because he's worth $140 million. They're not going to kill him. Okay. But if he scans out great, like again, he have all this data. Okay. Raise your hand if you've scanned poorly on a day. Okay. There are times when you are young where I don't care. You push. Stop being a baby, push a little bit. However, in his case, and as you get older, if you push through those days where you are dead, you're just going to keep being dead. And so I think it's fantastic that that's what they use in which to identify, hey, do we need to push? Do we need to not? So if you feel amazing, quick story, not exciting, but I'll tell you, I took academic writing 2 as a senior. It was like our honors language class. Guys, I am not a writer at all. As a senior, I took this class. We had a paper due every Friday. I'm a terrible writer. When would I do this paper? Thursday night. We had all week to friggin' do this paper. I would do it Thursday night. Okay. Would I start it at a reasonable hour and be done at a reasonable hour and be in bed at a reasonable hour? Lauren, you have no faith in me. You're right. Not at all. And it kept getting worse. I would stay up to 11 and then I'd stay up to 12 and then all of a sudden it'd be 12:30 and then 1 and da-da-da-da-da. And then we'd be traveling to the football game that I was playing in. We'd drive to Morris, Illinois, and I would fall asleep, dead, knocked out on the bus. You know how comfortable bus rides are. Those really comfortable seats. Out to the world. I was here. And then I'd wake up, I'd go play a game, and then whatever. So like, in hindsight, like I was killing myself and it was my fault. Maybe that's why I did not exceed to greatness, but it could have been genetics and me being 5'9", but maybe not. Did that answer your question? Sure. So I would say for you, like seriously knowing you and the conversation we've had, I would say, no, it's a terrible idea, especially knowing that you're doing PE stuff too. Dish. So your setup for next year is like straight dorm? Gotcha. And then to get food, no kitchen. Okay. You actually have to go to the dining hall to get your food like a normal person. Yes. So one I would do there. I would think the selection's pretty decent. A lot of it I think is going to bed early so you can wake up early so you can get good food in you right away. And then the only other thing I would say in the way of I would just come prepared and do some shopping with whatever snacky stuff you need. Whatever snacky stuff you need, just like outside of just dining room hours. Because I think that's really important. But no, it's funny how like everything layers on top of itself. The sleep will help the nutrition. The nutrition will help the stress. The stress helps the mental health. The mental health helps the sleep. And it just cycles. Like, cause when I'm stressed out, I can't sleep. And then I don't sleep. And then like, I'm all frustrated and I yell at my children and I yell at my wife. I don't yell at my wife, but like I get on edge and that's where the mental health piece picks up. I mean, combination of whatever little quality snacky things caffeine is not bad. Too much caffeine is bad. Mm-hmm. Guys, if I have, this is me personally, if I do, what does C4 have in it?
250?
200, 300?
I think it's close to 300.
Is it 300?
Yeah.
I can't do a C4. I don't feel good. My heart feels like it's coming out here.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. How do you know that?
You knew it. Down to the
I
down.
know exactly. So, low caffeine, not a terrible thing. Snack, food, hydration. If you're dehydrated, you'll be tired. If you're low on calories, you'll be tired. Low caffeine to help that, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, coffee is probably the best
Source of
pre-workout source of caffeine.
Yeah. It's cleanest.
Yeah, coffee, tea, that's probably the healthiest, because it's beans and water versus I don't know all the chemicals in an energy drink. I don't think I want to know all the chemicals in an energy drink, but yeah.
And the cleaner you eat, the more that's going to keep you up because you don't have the sugar crash of eating junk.
Yeah.
The more if you eat a couple blueberries, I doubt you're going to feel very tired after that. Versus a bag of chips, probably feel pretty tired.
Yeah. Maddie.
There's a lot of ingredients.
I'll go with that one. I don't know. What's natural caffeine? I don't.
But there's a lot of other ingredients on there that I don't even know what they are.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's what I would look at, is how many other ingredients are in there.
Yeah.
Trixie?
I wouldn't overthink it. Coming back. Don't worry. Yell. Great question. So can I tell you, I'm a little psychotic. And not less for myself, but more for my kids. So this morning, and we do this most mornings, but like the family all gets up same time, blah, blah, blah. My schedule's pretty flexible. My wife's is less flexible because she teaches and the kids have to get to school, blah, 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 blah. So I wake up, I normally make breakfast. I have found that if we just do some scrambled eggs that like flatten out in our cast iron and I cut them like a pizza and I throw it in like a little bread thing. I have my own little like egg McMuffin sausage Casey's thing. Sometimes I throw bacon on it if we get crazy, but like they'll eat that basically every day. So like almost every day I'm getting eggs and some type of carbohydrate in my kids, like with whatever half glass of orange juice or something like that. Twofold. I'm a little psychotic here, but like one, I want them to be healthy for life because I can't tell you how many adults I see who like haven't eaten a vegetable in 10 years and they don't understand why they're 40 pounds overweight. Part two, I really want them to be the best like athletes that they can possibly be. Like I'm really like, I want them. I want them to be dogs. Like I don't want to be crazy with it. I don't want to be like, if you don't win, you're walking home. Like, no, it's not that. But like I want them to do the best possible thing that they can. So that's why I'm going to help set them up again, more for life. That I want them healthy for just being a kid in life or being an adult in life. Okay, and knowing what good healthy food is. But even part two of that is, if they get on the wrestling mat, I want them to win because I want them to have the energy to train hard and practice. I want them to have the energy to lift the weights that they need to, in which to do the best that they can in sport. I don't care if they win or lose, whatever. But like that's so. Then same thing. We pack the lunches. We don't do the school lunch. Okay. Does it take my wife and I a little bit of time on a Sunday? It does. Okay. Sometimes they help. Now again, they're 10 and 13. They're not that much help. But like junior seniors, like you can pack your own lunch. It's not rocket science here. We have lots of options. Okay.
Jessa.
But then typically I just keep eating what everybody else does. So I don't know.
Jessa. Yeah.
Hey, hang with us here, friends. We're wrapping up. Great question. Raise your hand if you think you rely too heavily on caffeine. Okay. In my opinion, if you're relying too heavy on caffeine, the other things aren't happening. Like you might be overtired. You might not be getting the sleep that you need to. Hey, there might be too much stress in your life. Hey, you might be training too hard. Like other things. You might have your phone out when you shouldn't have your phone out and you should be sleeping. So like if like you're too young to like have to rely on caffeine to get you through the day. Or it could be a hydration thing. Like you might be dehydrated. Oh, you do drink plenty of water. Oh, good. That's fantastic. Pea's a good color. Oh, good for you. Good. So it's not a hydration thing. Yeah. How do you think the other pillars here of sleep, rest, recovery, training? Yeah. Yep. Hmm. What time do you go to bed on Wednesday? Yep. Okay. When you wake up in the morning, when you wake up Thursday morning, do you feel great and refreshed, or do you still feel like you were hit by a truck? It's a thing. I would try to back off on the caffeine a little bit and see if you still feel okay. And if you don't, then like some people need different amounts of sleep. My wife could sleep 9.5 hours a day. She would love. I've seen other people that do fine with 7. So like it's not everybody's the same with that. So it's just kind of generic. But I would just kind of experiment with it a little bit. It's not the worst thing.
No.
There are worse things. How much caffeine's in a Monster? 3?
I guess 200.
200?
Yeah. Told you.
Hell, I'm just coming to you with caffeine questions. No, I don't think it's the worst thing.
No. But also, when it comes to caffeine, guys, stay away from it the first couple hours after you wake up. If you don't let your body wake up on its own for the first couple hours, that caffeine's only going to work so long, and then your body's going to crash. So that may have answered your question.
Hit it. Hey, hang with me here. Clap twice if you can hear me. Guys, we have 2 questions. We'll wrap up and get you out of here. I appreciate your questions. Yeah, because we're pushing up against practice. Go.
Flavor it.
Just do it. Oh, I mean, look,
Flavor it.
flavor it, or that's a good idea.
I like that. And then fruit and vegetables have a lot of water in it too. That counts towards your hydration.
Hey, Addie.
Yeah, fruits and vegetables actually count towards your hydration too. So if you started working those in, that helps you stay more hydrated than even just water.
Now there's two, and then we're done. Go. Yes. So Sam last year with this, she did Sunday night, so she would meal prep for basically the first 3 days of the week, and then she did elite volleyball. So then on Wednesday, when they didn't have practice, she would meal prep again. Then for the next 2 days, she could meal prep for the whole week, but sometimes depending on what you make, like if you do a wrap of something, it might get gross by Friday if it's just been sitting in the fridge. So I think that'd be my recommendation. We eat anything in our house that doesn't matter. So we just kind of prep the whole week, and we have lots of containers in the fridge, and just grab one. Here's your lunch. Go. Yes. Adrenaline. I think so. Adrenaline, cortisol, like you're just, I got to do it. And you get up and do it. Things up, down, cortisol, stresses, blah, 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 blah. I do think if you sleep that long, you wake up, you're tired. And junior seniors, I think this applies directly to you. You're probably pushing it too hard. And I know there's no option here. Like, I get it. I know that we're here till late at night and you drive far. Like, I totally get it. You less far, but still, it's a thing. You get home and you have to, wind down, and you can't really finish practice and just dive into bed. But I would fight to get more sleep on those off days. Like whatever you can. That's not an exciting answer, but like if you're waking up after 10 hours of sleep, 9 hours of sleep, and you're still like that would scream to me, hey, I need more sleep.
It sounds like your body is asking for more sleep as it is. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah. Okay, friends, we need to wrap up here. Clap twice if you can hear me. Last thing, guys, it's your life here. It's your deal. I'm not telling you what to do. This is your decision. I'm personally trying to set my kids up for as much success, not only from like an athletic standpoint, but from a life standpoint. I want them to grow up as adults and understand how to cook healthy food. Okay. 17s, 18s, you should know how to cook healthy food. This is not rocket science. Google it. There are YouTube videos. Okay. Hang with me here. It not only will help you in whatever life, but it will specifically the sport. Okay. I'm amazed how well professional athletes have their nutrition so dialed in, but because they're professional athletes and they're making a lot of money, okay, they will do these things. I totally understand, especially you juniors. It is a tough year. ACTs, stresses, all the AP classes, all the AP tests. I get it. I completely understand. It sucks. It's hard. Okay. Do the best you can. Again, if you can make little tweaks, if you don't pull your phone out and waste 30 minutes of sleep. 30 minutes of sleep is a lot of sleep. Do the best you can with it. Best brand for hydration packet, I think, is Element. So LMNT. You can buy them online. We sell them here. Or I'm even fine with a liquid IV something.
They don't taste as good. But.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Just so you know, guys, we're gonna make this. We don't need this on film. Listeners, thanks for listening. We'll check you on the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for listening to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. Don't forget to check us out on the social at Oak Performance and online at www.oakstrength.com/Oak Performance. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.